Hi, LinkedIn. Happy Friday. I'm here just to have a quick chat. Let me see. If you're watching live, I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to join as this is my first broadcast. I wanted to talk about how responsive sales should be and what is your expectation as it comes to email responsiveness to outreach or from them, salespeople. So if we don't know each other, I'm Kristen Gutierrez. I've been in sales my entire life, but specifically, I've been professionally selling in the localization industry for 17 years now. And I've done everything from large strategic enterprise deals like I'm doing now to tactical one off projects, and also like legal litigation work with lots of ambiguity around it and everything in between. So, in my world, I find, having worked at several different providers in our industry, that the level of responsiveness does vary based on the type of client you're working with and the expectation, and whether you're in the middle of a 7-year engagement or if this is kind of just starting off, you're winning business, you're winning them over as a client, you're trying to win the business, or the nature of their work truly is fast paced. So I have a loaded view as it comes to how responsive sales should be, but I am genuinely curious what your take is on it. For example, if there's an inbound lead that comes to you as a salesperson, should you respond within 10 minutes? I think yes. Is an hour too long? Maybe, maybe not. I know even within ULG, I've seen inbound leads come through, and within 2 or 3 hours they'll say, okay, the need's already been filled, whether we filled it ourselves or another vendor's filled it faster. Those are obviously quick turn, very tactical requirements, but nonetheless, servicing your client. And I have a lot of, because I work in very strategic accounts now, it's often, I'll get back to you next week, or let's have a follow-up call in 2 or 3 weeks time. But what I'm actually talking about is when a client emails. So I'm going on a work trip, which is crazy. I'm going on 2 work trips this month, next week and the week after. And I'm typing my out of office, which is what kind of created this idea to do a live broadcast. And I'm like, well, hold on. With COVID and the pandemic and everything that's been happening in the world, I feel though everybody for the past 2 years has been available, hyper available. No one's been, the traveling has started to pick up over the last 6-9 months. I'm curious your thoughts. Like, did you start traveling yet? And if so, when? For work, I really have not up until right now. So in a pre-pandemic world, I would say, I'll get back to you when I return. And 99% of the time, like, that was totally acceptable. And that was earlier in my career. So maybe I wasn't working with such strategic accounts at that point, or maybe I was doing that tactical transactional type sale, but I would always say on my out of office, like, please reach out to your program manager or project team, or email this alias if you have an urgent request, right? You always provide an outlet. I provide my cell phone number. Please send me a text, and definitely get a hold of me if it's super urgent. Otherwise, use this person and that person to facilitate your request in my absence. But I am genuinely curious, like, with the pandemic having happened and with work travel resuming or picking back up, what is, as a receiver on the other end, as a client, as a buyer, like, what's the expectation? And as a sales professional, what is our new expectation different? Do we now have to hyper respond because of the 2-year chunk of time we all are coming out of, saying, if it's not by end of day, if I'm out of office for 4 days, but whether your email is non-essential or urgent, the expectation on me as a salesperson to respond by end of that day. I'm just curious. I'm genuinely looking just to start a conversation about, as a sales professional, what do you think the responsiveness rate is and should be? And did it change from pre-pandemic to post-pandemic, or where we are now? And yeah, what are your thoughts? So thanks for listening. Have a happy Friday. I guess that's where I'll be on a work trip. If you need to get a hold of me, please send me a text or message your project manager, program manager, or just simply give me a call and I'm happy to assist. Have a great weekend.